Filling up on hemp. We're the hemp farming crew. We'll get some hemp for you. What you gonna do with all that hemp? Filling up on hemp, 'cause we're a hemp farmer. All we know how to do is collect hemp for you.
Get him, Big Daddy! Get him! Night blades, hey? Okay. Dynamax! The fuck was that? Oh, let's go. Showed me all this cool music. Excuse me, sir. Yeah, I'm not ashamed. I will drop the Big Daddy. Don't think I won't, because I will. Oh! Oh my Jesus! Oh my Jesus! My man got smacked! Dude, seriously? Fuck all this dot shit on me right now. Fuck all that. Just look at this. Just burning. I'm on fire. Thanks. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Greetings and welcome back to the channel, guys. Midyear Mayhem just started. I'm trying out a ton of different builds, and this one is fun. This one's special. I love this one, and I just want to go over it real quick. A super short build video just to show it off so you guys can play it if this is your play style. So what this is a stamina necromancer 1-bar build. Has some bomb potential. It's not designed to be a bomb build, but it can bomb. So let me show you this real quick. So looking at the stats here, 15k magicka, 28.5k health, and almost 26k stamina, just standard. You know, but you can adjust this however you want. If you're not comfortable with less than 30% health, you go for more health. I figured, like, what the hell, like, it doesn't really matter to me, so whatever. Stamina recovery, almost 1500. This goes up to well over 2k when we're fully buffed, so that's not really bad. Spell damage, usually sitting at around like 5 to 5.5k. We have Baylorg on, so if we have a fully charged Baylorg, it's, you know, it's more, of course. Damage is not super high on this thing, but we're hitting really hard. Like, this is a hard hitter. Don't get me wrong here, okay? Don't be fooled by the low spell damage and weapon damage numbers. Resistance is, you know, normal resistances for a medium armor build. Nothing crazy here. Crit resistance also 1700. It's not bad. But yeah, penetration, of course, 10k goes up even further when our Baylork is up. Outside of that, we're running Dubious Cameron Throne. If you want to go more expensive, like Takeaway Broth, that's your call. I don't think it's worth it. Dubious is fine. Vampire Stage 3, you can drop this to 1 if you don't want to, but I feel like for this guy, the extra damage mitigation at low health is quite nice. You can kind of stick out fights a little bit longer, so that's pretty good. And we got the Lover Mundus. You can go with Warrior or whatever you like, but I think Lover is pretty decent here. Like I said, we hit pretty hard, and our weapon damage is not even that high. So yeah, that's basically it. Let's look at the sets here. What are we running? Of course, we're running Rushing Agony. I finally got the set. Finally get to try it out. I absolutely love this set. So what this does is you gap close someone, and when you gap close, it pulls everyone around that target to the target, and then 2 seconds later, they all take some nice damage. This can hit pretty hard. My tooltip's only 10k right now, which is pretty high for a proc set tooltip. This of course goes higher when the Baylork is up and stuff like that. I've hit people for like 8k with this, so it can hit pretty hard. That's some nice extra damage, and because it comes in 2 seconds later, you can kind of pair this with like your ultimate or a blast bones or whatever you like. So I really like the late nature of that, because you already have some damage when you gap close in. You do that, and then whatever you want to do, and then this comes in 2 seconds later. So that's super nice. Then we're running 4 pieces of Witch Knights. That's just for the raw weapon and spell damage that it gives. You could run something else if you want to, but I just went all out on the weapon and spell damage here. Then we got our 2 pieces of Baylork, and we got, of course, Oaken Soul. I'm even running this in shitty blue armor here with wrong traits and all, and it still works just fine. So just imagine you have this in purple, or maybe even golded out armor with the right traits. Traits that I would recommend are probably Impen, although on this build you like to dodge a lot, so I think Well Fitted might be really nice on this one. When it comes to the jewelry, I got Robust here, and this one is Infused. You can of course make these infused if you want to. That gives you a little extra damage, even like on the proc set. I'm a little short on transmutes right now, so I'm not going to do that, but you can do that, of course, and then you get more damage out of your Rushing Agony. So yeah, that's the sets. Of course, Oaken Soul 1 bar gives you all these great buffs. It's amazing. I love playing 1 bar builds. They're just, I don't know, there's something about it that makes them fun to play. But yeah, that's the sets. Let's go over the skills real quick. So I've settled on these skills. We're using Blighted Blast Bones, of course. I've gone with the blighted ones because they add Major Defile to the target, and I feel like the healing reduction really helps finish people off, because healing is super strong right now, and a lot of people, when they break the first stun and stuff like that, and they recover so quickly. Burst heals and heal over time, and Maras and all that stuff. I think Major Defile really helps, so I'm taking these over the Magicka Blast Bones. Magicka Blast Bones would hit harder though, but I think the disease damage with the Defile is better in this case. Next one is Ruinous Scythe. Amazing. What a great skill. It's super snappy, super fast. Hits decently hard, actually. I didn't think it was going to hit that hard, but it hits very hard, actually. It adds the hemorrhaging effect. It adds off balance on every target, which is super nice. Being able to off balance every target, because we don't have a stun on this build. So being able to set someone off balance and then just slap them with a quick heavy attack to stun them is super nice. And of course, this is going to heal you when you slap enemies. So really cool. Execute here, you can decide whether or not you want the execute, because you can just technically just keep scything people. That would work too, but I feel like the execute is just better. It's just more damage. And so yeah, execute. I've gone with the AoE execute here. If you want to have a little bit more single target execute damage, you can go with the other morph. Then we're using Stampede. Stampede over Crit Rush because it hits everybody around the target. And since we have Rushing Agony, which pulls people in, right? We're trying to apply as much damage to people as possible. So we're crit rushing into groups. So everybody gets hit by the Stampede, and then everybody gets pulled in, and then they're all standing in your Stampede AoE. So that's why we're going with Stampede. It just makes more sense because you can hit more people with that damage, and then they all get pulled in by Russian Agony, and they get hit by that effect too. When it comes to healing on this build, I've tried a couple different things. First, I tried Intensive Mender. This kind of somewhat works, but it's like very unreliable because sometimes it heals other people, and it only comes in every 2 seconds. So it was hard to really survive a lot of things with this thing. It's better than you think, but not as good as you need it to be. And so I dropped this. The nice thing is when this thing is active, you get the Undead Confederate buff, which really helps with the sustain here. But yeah, this wasn't cutting it really. I tried Live Amid Death, but this is a ground AoE. It's really clunky to use. It's not fun. Then of course we tried Vigor. Vigor is a good heal. The problem that I had is I felt like I was stressing my stamina a little too much having Vigor. And considering the fact that we have 15k Magicka, and I can't really lower that too much more, we have a Magicka pool that we're just not touching, and instead we're kind of using a stamina heal here that kind of hurts my sustain a little bit. So Vigor, nice if you can sustain it, but for me personally, I wasn't comfortable, so I ended up using Resistant Flesh. This one is very expensive. So with the current Magicka pool, you can only cast this thing 3 times, but it heals quite hard. So if you crit with this, you only need to heal once, and then you can go back and be offensive for a while, and then you pop this again. So if you learn how to time this correctly and how to use this, you actually get a lot of mileage out of this, even though you only have 15k Magicka. This goes a long way. It heals other people too. It gives you spell and physical resistance for the amount healed, so you can become pretty tanky when you heal up from low health, get really, really tanky. So I like this one a lot, even though it's very expensive and you kind of have to learn how to use this properly so that you don't constantly run out of Magicka. It's definitely worth it. It's the best heal on this one, and that gives you a chance to use your Magicka, because otherwise you just wouldn't be touching your Magicka at all. So yeah, Resistant Flash is the heal of choice here. And then Glacial Colossus, you can go with the other one if you want. I wanted the Glacial Colossus because the final smash stuns all enemies. So I went with this one. But yeah, feel free. You can, of course, if you don't want to use this, you can use Dawnbreaker too. Super fine. I was thinking about using Dawnbreaker maybe, but I haven't used the Big Daddy in a while, so I wanted to use Big Daddy. Okay, Big Daddy Smash is nice. I like it. But yeah, that's the skills. No second bar because 1 bar build. And then we're going over the CP real quick. Green Tree is whatever. You take what you want. I always take Gifted Rider, Warmound, Sustaining Shadows, and Steed's Blessing. Why is this not filled in? Boom, Steed's Blessing. And in the blue tree, I'm taking Backstabber, Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, and Biting Aura. And in the red tree, we're taking Boundless Vitality, Rejuvenation, Slippery, and Sustained by Suffering. So Sustained by Suffering and Rejuvenation adds a nice amount of sustain. This one just a little extra health. And Slippery is super nice because especially like when there's like a lot of stuff going on, Midyear Mayhem, the game's kind of laggy. It's kind of hard to break out of a stun sometimes. So this one does it for you every 21 seconds. Super nice when someone slaps you with a fossilize and you're just immediately breaking free and you can continue healing and attacking, whatever. So I think slippery is super, super valuable. And that's it. That's the skill. That's the build. I hope you like it. I hope you give it a try. I had so much fun with this build today. It is amazing. It sustains nicely. It hits very hard. Something about it is just very stylish, and I was really enjoying this. So yeah, give it a try. It's a super easy thing to do. Just throw it together if you have the sets. Go out there, try it if it's your thing, then play it. If not, then not, I guess. But yeah, that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video soon, guys. Take it easy. Bye bye.